Literature, language, and Colombian comfort food. Welcome back to the Passionate Palate, a podcast for food lovers and culinary explorers where we talk about various foods, flavors, and ingredients from around the world. I am your host, Zay. Today's guest is a brilliant Colombian woman who has a degree in literature and a master's in psychopedagogy. She also makes a mean bistec colombiano. Please welcome my amiga and Spanish teacher, Carly Gutierrez. Hola, Carly, y bienvenido a mi podcast.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Muchas gracias.
De nada, me muy emocionada y un poco nerviosa porque yo hablo español contigo.
Está perfecto.
Gracias,
Y
gracias.
Yo también estoy nerviosa porque hablo inglés.
Oh, no, tu inglés es muy bueno.
Y tu español también.
No, estoy tratando mucho.
Yeah, me too.
Gracias. Okay, so let's start and let's tell our listeners what brought you to America from Colombia. Tell us a little about your journey.
Okay. I want to start in the beginning. Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Carly Gutierrez, and I am from Colombia. I came here because I was so interested to know other country. It was the first thing that I was thinking when I want to do something else when I finish my career, and I want to learn English. So it was an opportunity over there that you can come here like an au pair or a cultural exchange. Okay. So I saw this when I was studying in the university. One friend told me about this and it was, okay, it could be the way to come here.
Wow, nice.
And when I finished my career, I was so loose. I was like, what am I going to do with my life?
Right,
because
right.
if I start to do my practice and everything over there, you know, you are enrolled in the life and then you wait for do the things that you want.
Right.
So I decided, I say, okay, I finished there and I came here at the moment. And it was like that. I came here for live the cultural exchange and I love the culture and I love to know a lot of people around the world, you know, and the experience was so rich. So
Very
it was for
nice.
that.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's like you wanted to spread your wings and explore the world.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like that.
So I know you have your degree in literature. What inspired you to pursue a degree in that?
Okay, I am so interested in the humanity and how the man is thinking about it.
Okay.
And you know, when you want to know about something, you have to go to the books. So it was the first thing that I was thinking, like, I want to know more about the human, about the thinking. So it was so close to the psychology things, but it was more art. So I am really artistic.
Right.
And it was the thing that it was so close for know these things. So I love the literature. I love explore the history of the humanity, but not so like straight like the history.
Okay.
I want to know the history, but when you know the history about the books, you can explore the mentality about the times pass away, and you can know more about the human history,
Right.
you know, and you know this about the books.
Right. And how long does it take, like, to get your, is it like a 4 years, like here? Is it a 4-year degree?
Okay, in Colombia, it's 5 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever professional career that you take is going to be 5 years.
Got it.
Yeah.
So was there a particular book or author that changed your life?
Oh my God, I have a lot.
That's good. You have so many that inspires you.
Yeah. You know? I like a lot of authors. I am so interested in the violence literature.
Okay.
Because this is like the way that I know my history in Colombia, you know?
Okay.
So we have a big past about the violence and how the people is doing the things for get better, you know, like Colombian humanity, like Colombian person. And it build our culture. So I want to know about this because I don't think in the person that is doing something wrong because just they want to do that.
Right.
I think it's back. You have a lot of reason to be like you are doing the things. So I want to know
the reasons why.
These people that go in the violence are doing that. And I don't want to just to nobody. I just want to know the reason. I understand all the person. If you are bad in some way, it's because you have something past. I don't want to like get a justification for everyone, but I want to understand and try to you like a normal person, whatever is the reason that you are acting like that. So it's for that I love the violence literature.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there like a certain book that you like that you that was special to you?
Yeah, it's a lot of books, but I have two authors that they are from Colombia. It's
Okay.
Laura Restrepo, and the other is Oscar Osorio. Oscar Osorio is a teacher by my university, and I think that I explore all the culture around these books. And I don't remember the names because I really bad with the names.
So, who is your favorite Colombian author or poet? I know you love poetry, and when we do Spanish lessons, you sometimes bring me poems and we read through it and you make me translate from whatever I can understand because I'm still learning. So I know, is there like a poet or an author that's your favorite?
Yeah. With me, it's really strange because I can say, wow, this is my favorite and I'm in love with this one.
Right.
No, but I am really close with some type of literature.
Okay.
And again, I come back to my teacher. I don't know why, but I am obsessed with the, like the author that is not so universal, you know?
Okay.
And I have a teacher that she was so special and I am taking a lot of like poetry course
Okay.
with her because she's really good in, and the name is Angelica. Angelica is from my university too. I know her in my university, and I think the poems that she has are really good. I can share some poems that.
Yeah, I would love to read some of the poems. Nice. Okay, if you could write a novel about your life, what would the title be? I know it's going to be full of excitement because you have such a vibrant personality. You're so adventurous. You love to explore things. And, so I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting title. So what would it be?
Wow, this is the most difficult thing to choose in the literature. You leave this for the last thing that you're going to do. So I am going to say something like so funny. Welcome to the adventures and crazy life about Carly Gutierrez.
I think that sums about it. That's good. What's one thing about Colombian culture you wish more people knew around the world?
I don't know if someone knows this or everyone knows this, but I think we are so kind people and we are so warm. We are so like kind with the people. Doesn't matter if I know you, I am going to treat you like my family, like my friend, because this is a cultural thing,
right?
And it's really hard when you come here and nobody talk with everyone.
I'm sure, right?
And the houses are really separate each other. It depends of this area, but in general, the culture is like everyone is doing something with the people that you know. But in Colombia, doesn't matter if you know the people, doesn't matter if you are friend, doesn't matter if you are in the street, you are talking with everyone. Like you know. Like this is my neighborhood. You know these people for a lot of time. So that's the good thing. When you go into Colombia, if you have the opportunity to go
one day, that's one of my dreams to go to Colombia.
You're going to see this kindness that we have to share with the world. Yeah.
And I see that in you. Since the day we met, you have like that warmness, that very welcoming, and it's like after I met you, it's like I've known you for years. You know what I mean? It's like that connection's there.
Yeah,
that's sweet. What's a Colombian custom or tradition that you still follow while living here in America?
Okay, I think all my life is a custom about my culture.
Yeah,
it's just adapting to this culture.
Like a tradition, something that you do in Colombia that you still continue here with maybe your friends, your other Colombian friends.
Okay. Yes, but you always are looking for the people that is around your culture, For example, I am a Christian, so I am looking my community in this country, so I continue doing that. But this is not cultural thing. That's my belief,
Okay.
But in the belief, you can also found the things that you are doing over there. For example, the meeting with the friends, and you are never alone. It's like you are looking for the food, for example, the food that you always eat over there, with the season that you have, and the Colombia season of food. And it's just like that. But I keep in that in my community, in my religious community. But when I came here, I made other friends because the point to come here, it was improve my English. And if you keep with your friends, the Colombian friends, you're never going to improve your English.
That's true, yeah.
So I keep my community in the religious things, but I am really open to other friends because I want to know more about the world.
Yeah. What's something you miss the most about from Colombia? Other than food, because I know the food and family is, that's you can't replace that. But what do you miss the most about Colombia?
Okay, I think the free time.
What do you mean free time?
Free time, for example, Oh, I feel, I don't know if because it's my migration experience, but here I feel that I don't have a lot of free time to enjoy the other things. I make the time for this, but it's not like I have that time. In Colombia, you have a lot of holidays, a lot of holidays, and everyone take the same holidays.
Right.
So you can explore more the country or do whatever you want. Here, I just have a couple holidays and all the time I am working. So I miss that like freedom that I have.
Right. You know what? I think it's also like, I'm originally from Sri Lanka, and I see that what you mean by that. Because here in America, especially when you're living in the East Coast, right? And the West Coast, we are always busy. It's like the hustle and the bustle, right? Like it's like work, 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 and there's to try to find some time for yourself is not easy. Whereas back in Colombia and even back in Sri Lanka, like maybe it's the lifestyle. The people are more relaxed. They just take it easy and just, like go with the flow. And that's, you know what, if I had to compare, I think I would feel the same way if I had to compare things about Sri Lanka to here. Because here people are so like work, everything works around your work.
Exactly. So that's the point. Here, I don't have free time. I make my free time, but I don't have my free time.
I understand. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about music and art, especially music. All right. What role does music play in everyday Colombian life?
I think it's everything. For example, I am from Cali. I am from Palmira.
Okay.
You are living here in New Jersey, and you are too close to New Jersey, so you have the same things. You share the same things, the same culture,
Right.
but it's different parts. Yeah. So I am from Palmira, but all my culture is Caleña. No.
Okay.
So I am Caleña, and over there we love salsa.
Oh,
So every part that you walk, that you going, you are listening music. Music is everything over there. So salsa is the top.
even on the streets, in every
Yeah,
restaurant, shops.
Every part.
Wow.
You are listening music over there. Yeah.
Nice. Which Colombian artists or bands do you love the most and why?
Okay. For the same thing, I think I like salsa because it's my culture. So I am thinking about the aggregation Grupo Nietzsche. Grupo Nietzsche is like over top.
Okay. Is that like a kind of dance or?
No, it's a aggregation that they play music.
Okay.
Salsa music.
Okay. And what's your favorite all-time Colombian song or genre? I know you said salsa. So what about reggaeton and cumbia? Is that as popular?
It's really popular. 90% of the community is listen reggaeton. But I don't like too much reggaeton. I am
Why?
close to reggaeton. I don't know. I am more attached like with rock, salsa. It's like my personality. I like
Okay,
this
got
type.
it.
I am not really close to reggaeton. I think now the reggaeton changed a lot.
Okay.
So, for example, when I was teenager, the reggaeton was dirty, but not too much.
Okay.
But right now, I think they use a lot of things to talk in bad way about the woman, and the video.
Like idolizes a woman, like,
Exactly.
like not even idolizes. It's like treats like a woman like a piece of meat.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I
Right.
don't like that people treat me like that, I am not too close to this type of music
Got
because I don't
it.
feel it.
Okay.
So
But it wasn't like that when you were like a teenager.
it was like that because the reggaeton also are using the woman for attract the public,
Right.
but it was not too hard.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
right now because all the words that they using all the time and
Right.
it's the way that they made. They can change that because
Right,
now reggaeton is that.
But the thing is, this is so funny, right? Like for me, I'm learning Spanish, right? So I am not familiar with most of the words, like the inappropriate words. And we just sing along because it sounds so cool and it rhymes.
Yeah.
But when you're listening and to all other native Spanish speakers listening, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they're saying that, right?
Exactly.
And we are just singing, like thinking like it's
And
fine.
it's so good. If you like to dance, it's really nice because you always is moving.
Right. Yeah, it moves you,
Exactly. But yes, it's not my way. I prefer salsa. Salsas have a lot of topics to talk about it. So it's like poetry,
Wow.
It's a history
I see.
talking
Okay.
about the salsa. The music by Ruben Blades, you always have a history over that.
Right.
So when you are listening that, you are thinking about the history, the meaning, and the life because you are reflecting about it. Of course, I am not reflection about everything of
Right.
type of music that I am listening, but I pay a lot of attention about the meanings.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what is one of your favorite Colombian songs, even if it's in the past?
Salts? Are you talking about salsa?
The songs, yeah, like a Colombian song or the genre. I know you said like you like salsa.
Yeah.
So if it's out of salsa, what's one of your favorite salsa songs?
Okay. If we are talking about the custom, I think las caleñas son como las flores.
Okay.
For example, I have a reggaeton music too that is like every Colombian know the reggaetons.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if you listen or not. You
Okay.
know the lyrics. And I want to bring this here. You remember when we went to the Camilo concert?
Yes.
And I know all the songs?
Yes.
It's like I never listen Camilo songs, but I know all the songs. Doesn't matter if it's new. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
But it's because you are listening every time music and the street. At least you know.
So
everything.
wow, makes sense. So
Yeah.
so that our listeners know. So was it last October? October. Oh yeah, it was
October,
last
yeah.
October. Carly and I went to a Camilo concert because I'm a huge Camilo fan. I love Camilo. His songs,
Number
his
one.
oh my God, he's the best. So Carly and I went together, and then Carly wasn't too. When I told Carly about like some of Camilo's songs, she's like, "Oh, I'm not familiar. I'm not sure. I don't think I know much." I was like, "Okay," but when we started singing, now for me, somebody learning Spanish through music too, I am like memorizing the song, trying to sing the song, and I'm so excited. And Carly's next to me singing every song. She knew every word. And I look at her in the concert. I'm like, you just told me you don't know Camila's songs. You don't know what the lyrics. You don't know the songs. How do you know everything? So now this makes sense.
Exactly. It's like, it's not that I am not listening to music because
Right.
it's my culture. I know every
Okay.
artist. I know every song, like vallenato. I know a lot of vallenato, but I am not a listener, you know? But I know every single word about the songs. Yeah.
So lucky. I'm so jealous. For me, it's a struggle to try to memorize a song and sing along or, you know.
Because it's in Spanish, but you
Yeah.
know a lot of songs in English. That's the same way to me. I
Right.
am learning English
Right.
and I try to understand and then know the songs.
Right.
But I forget a lot of words because it's a lot of vocabulary.
True.
So this is a really good way to learn.
Because what I've also
Exactly.
learned is when it comes to learning another language, right? It's not just memorizing the song because you see the words, right?
Exactly.
It's also understanding what you're saying.
Exactly.
Because now that I'm learning Spanish and when I sing and I try to like say, what's the next line, right? What's the next line? Then I know if it continues with the meaning, if you understand the meaning of what you're saying, then those words come easier than just blindly memorizing something because then you forget a word, you don't know anything, right? So I guess now you feel the same way with English?
The same way.
Really?
Yeah. Because for me, it's really easy to like understand the songs and then learn.
Right.
But if I don't understand one part of the songs, I forget that part.
Right.
So this is the point.
Yeah. It's so interesting, right?
Yeah,
Language
yeah,
and
I love it.
learning. All right. So explain the difference to me, please. And also for our listeners who aren't familiar, what's the difference between salsa and cumbia?
Oh, it's different.
Yeah. like I am more familiar with salsa because I listen to like salsa songs and I like to, you know, like do like salsa dancing, not anywhere else, but just by myself at home or whatever, right? So what is exactly the difference between that and cumbia? Especially cumbia.
Especially cumbia. Okay, I think cumbia is something that owned to us, you know? That we have a different instruments that you make over there, or you bring the tradition for your ancestry.
Okay.
You know, and Colombia made their own cumbia songs. You know?
Really?
They build that.
So cumbia is something very special too. Would you say it originated in Colombia or no?
I don't think it's originated in Colombia, but I think we take this like us because we have like a lot of influence to the other cultures.
Okay, okay.
African culture. Because we have different instruments. But you know, Colombia is like is a country that have a different cultures around there.
Okay.
So, for example, in my part, that the place that I am is salsa.
Right.
But
okay.
if you go in the top,
Right.
you can found the cumbia, and it's really personal, you know.
Right.
So I know the salsa is not from Cali, for example.
Right.
The salsa is like it's a tradition that we take and we made for us, you know. But the cumbia is like, yes, in this part of Colombia that is really strong, the culture about the cumbia. They made their own instruments. They have their own like songs, you know, that is
So
probably
interesting.
from our
Okay.
So it's for that is like, it's not original from Colombia, but it's like that because we made the way to build the cumbia from Colombia. That if you listen the cumbia from maybe Peru or other
Okay.
countries, you can listen the difference because we
in
are
the music.
in the music.
Okay.
In the music, you can see the difference over there because everyone like build the way to make own cumbia.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, that's so fun.
But it's really different.
Right.
The costumes, the way that you are singing, and the way that you are dancing. Because when you make the cumbia, or when you have your own songs, you have your own typical dance.
Okay.
Exactly. So we made the dance
Wow.
too. Yeah.
That's so interesting. So I'm sure you know how to do the salsa. You know how to
Exactly.
dance salsa and
Yeah.
cumbia.
And cumbia, yeah.
Yeah. Which is easier, do you think? If you had to, like, if I wanted to learn, like cumbia, are the steps easier to learn?
Yeah, I think the cumbia is easier than salsa.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think salsa have a lot of steps.
Yeah.
But the basic things you can make
Yeah.
the easy way.
Nice.
Cumbia is so easy. It's just like keep moving. I think so. It's not a lot of steps. You have
Okay.
like a specific steps. But with salsa, you have 100%.
Wow, really?
No.
That's so interesting.
I feel that I am really bad dancing salsa.
Yeah.
Because over there, they are professional, you know. The people, doesn't matter if it's not professional, they know.
So do they learn to dance? Like, do they go to like dance schools, or do they dance at family events and they learn like that?
I think it's tradition. You learn in your family. Yeah,
Okay.
you learn by the family. If you are small and everyone is dancing salsa.
So you learn, watch and learn.
You are watching that and you are learning because you are repeating the tradition. No?
That's so wonderful.
Everyone knows how to dance salsa. Everyone.
Right.
But if you want to be professional in that,
Right.
yes, you go to school and you dance like that is different. It's really different.
Right, like for competitions and all that.
Exactly.
But
Just
if not, basically every Colombian, they know to dance salsa.
Exactly. And it's important to know. I am talking about Cali because I am from there. But for example, if you are talking with a llanera people, like people that is from the llano, they know how to dance salsa. They dance really different to us.
Really? Like the certain moves are slightly different?
Yeah. It's going to feel like you are learning salsa from the other country, something like that.
Wow.
Because every part have the typical dance. Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah. It's multicultural.
I know. That's great. Okay, so now we're going to transition to the kitchen. Okay. So how did you get into cooking? I know you make really good bistec colombian. Listen, I've seen pictures and that's something so special to you. So how did you get into cooking? Is it something that you grew up with? You watched your mom or your grandma cook?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think I don't want to say that all women that are from Colombia know how to cook.
Okay.
But it was a tradition. For example, in my case, my mom taught me how to make a rice in my 12th. I know how to cook when I was teenager. So I was learning because I saw my mom cook all the time. I was interested in so dishes. And I was like, Mommy, I wanna know how to make this. And it was the way. And I love to eat. Me too.
That's why we're foodies.
Yeah. So I went into the cook because my mom teach me, of course, and she said, this is a skill that you have to have.
Right.
If you are living or whatever happens with me, you know how to, how to cook. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So what is a typical Colombian breakfast and lunch and dinner? Like if you had to break it up, what's a typical breakfast?
Okay. A typical breakfast could be pan de bono. It's like pastry.
Wait, do you know how to make pan de bono?
No.
Oh my God. I love pan de bono.
This is for professional. You have to
No, but come on, Carly. You gotta, you have to, maybe one day we'll try making it together because I love pan de bonos. Yeah. And the cheese ball and the,
like cheese bread, but you know that it's not cheese bread.
Yeah.
Pan de bono.
So wait, what does pan de, I know what pan is, bread. Exactly. What is pan de bono? Like, what is?
Pan de bono is the name, but if you have to say in English, I have to say cheese bread. It's other way.
But queso is cheese and bono isn't cheese.
Exactly. No.
Then it should be pan de queso.
Pan de queso. For example, if you are talking with the Brazilian people, they call pan de bono pan de queso.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
See? Right.
It's the same, you see? But for us, it's pan de bono. I don't know that.
You don't know why it's called bono?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pan de bono, buñuelo. For example, I don't know how.
I've heard of buñuelo. Is it the same thing?
No, it's different.
Buñuelo is
It's
something.
completely different.
What is that?
It's the same. It's like you made the flavor
Okay.
with some ingredients,
Okay.
special ingredients.
Okay.
So, for example, the pan de bono you put in the oven, and the buñuelo is in the oil.
You fry it.
You fry
Oh.
it, but it's not the same preparation.
Okay.
Because the color is different, everything is
Wow.
different.
Texture, everything.
Everything.
There's no cheese. Is there cheese in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put cheese, and you use the same flavor,
Okay.
and you use the same like salt and sugar, little sugar.
Right.
But I don't know how they make different.
So, okay. So normally, so you would have pan de bono, and what would you have with it?
Okay. In a typical breakfast.
Yep.
Pan de bono, buñuelo, and pan. Listen, you can eat all these three things.
What's the other one you mentioned? The last one?
Pan.
Just regular bread.
Just
Okay.
bread.
Oh, you all don't do eggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can make eggs, but if you're going late for the work or for study, you only eat the pan de bono, buñuelo, and coffee, or Milo or agua panela.
You know, wow. So Milo is so funny. So in Sri Lanka, we grew up, we call it Milo. It's like that cocoa, like that chocolate malt drink. Oh, it's the best. And then when I used to own my cafe, Zay's Dessertery, we used to do a Milo milkshake, and it was so good. We used to do the Milo drink, hot Milo, iced Milo. We used to do Milo milkshake and Milo macarons too. Exactly. So you all call it Milo.
Milo. Huh?
Wow.
For us, it's Milo.
Yeah, because I used to remember customers would come in and say, "Can I get a Milo shake?" And it took me like a second. I'm like, Milo. I'm like, oh, Milo. So y'all call it Milo. And it's popular in Colombia?
Yeah, it's popular. Like Milo is Chocolisto.
Okay.
Chocolisto? Here you found the Chocolisto too. But I think it's not so.
No, I don't think I've seen too many here.
Okay.
Milo, yes, for sure.
And this is a typical, but we have calentado. You know what is calentado?
No.
It's, for example, when you cook today beans and rice and you make your lunch.
Okay.
But you leave always. You leave when you prepare beans, you leave for the other day.
Okay.
So for the other day, you mix the rice with the beans, and we call this calentado.
Okay.
And we make the calentado with eggs.
Wait, that's breakfast. So you all eat some rice for breakfast too?
Exactly. Not always. You know?
Okay.
But when you have
maybe like on a weekend if you're not that, rushing to work or something.
But when you have beans and rice, you leave for calentado.
Oh.
So you eat another day.
So fun.
Like,
okay. And then lunch? What's a typical lunch?
Oh, yeah. Typical lunch. Always you have to use rice. Rice, the meat, and the salad. Wow. And whatever beans. If you don't have beans, the special thing for us is the rice. So people mix the rice. Wow. I know some people that it's really fitness, you know. They're not using a lot of rice. Right. But cultural, rice is important.
Nice. Yeah. And then dinner is rice again or different?
In my case, in my house, rice is really important. Right. So we eat rice with everything. And also the dinner is going to be rice and maybe the meat, whatever meat that you eat. Right. But I know a lot of people over there eat just like for the dinner. Maybe arepa. Right. With eggs or meat, whatever, you know. Right. But in my house, always eat rice, fried rice.
Would you say like Colombian food is spicy, or you have it more on the milder side?
Nothing is spicy.
Really?
We don't use a lot of spicy.
Now I know Mexican food, they use a lot of peppers, right? And the spice comes from the heat of all the peppers. Exactly. So in Colombian cuisine, you don't use too many peppers or anything spicy?
No, you use pepper or curcuma, you know, for
right.
But not for being spicy. It's just for the flavor, just for that. Wow. We don't eat spicy. I know some people over there like spicy, but this is not like you are ordering a food and it's going to be spicy. No. Right. And you are making the food and it's not going to be spicy. Right. Yeah. If the people like, they make the ají over there. Ají. You say ají in English?
What is it?
Ají.
What is ají? A-H-I? Ají?
H no.
J.
G.
H. No, what is? I'm not sure. What is it?
Ají. Ají is the thing that we call for be spicy.
Oh.
What do you say?
In English?
Yeah.
It's like spicy, no? It's like you say spicy.
Spicy sauce. How do you name that? How do you call that?
Spicy sauce. It's just called spicy sauce. Yeah, like hot sauce.
Okay, for us the hot sauce is ají.
Oh, got it. Okay.
This is the ají.
Oh.
So we prepare the ají with cilantro, onions. Some people use tomatoes, some people don't.
Okay.
Lemon and the hot sauce.
Oh,
We
okay.
mix it, and this is the ají.
Right, right.
Uh-huh.
And that's like a side.
Because everything in Colombia is natural, so we don't use the hot sauce
Wow.
just for be
Right.
spicy. We made it.
That's, I'm sure, tastes so fresh and good.
Oh
No
my God,
preservatives,
it's
no
amazing.
crazy sodium. Nice.
Exactly.
So do you have a funny memory to a certain dish? Like, did you, like when you go back to, growing up, did you have a funny memory of cooking? Something that,
Oh my God, I love because when you are learning to cook, everything is going bad, you are learning. So you have to make a lot of mistakes.
Right,
so
right.
I remember when I was learning to make a cake,
okay.
I always called my cousin.
Okay.
And it was like, today is the day to impressionate the family. It was maybe like 14.
Oh, okay.
We tried a lot of times to make everything to make the cake, because now you have the flour,
Yes.
and you only mix it and you have the cake.
Oh, like the cake box, like
Exactly,
the cake box mix. Okay.
But in that time, we don't have.
I'm sure,
have
yeah.
that.
So everything is
So-
from scratch.
Exactly. we
Measure
have to
everything.
make.
Right.
With first cake was horrible. Was hard.
You didn't put baking powder? You forgot the baking powder?
We forget a lot of things. So the first cake that we made was or hard or was burning. Yeah, and everyone have to eat because we are
Oh.
giving this with all love,
I
and we are
know.
learning. We know that it was really
Right.
bad, but everyone needs to eat because we are.
That's so funny.
We don't want to throw the food over there.
I
so
know.
You have to eat, everyone.
They're like, it's nice, but I'm like actually want to like spit it out.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, if you opened a Colombian food truck, what would be on the menu?
Oh, for me, I love the junk food from Colombia.
Oh, really? There's junk food?
Oh, it's the best.
No way. Tell
Yeah.
me. What is it? I didn't know.
We have perros, that is hot dogs,
Okay.
hamburguesas, but the hamburguesas from Colombia is really special because we put a lot of things. It's like
Really?
not just the meat and the tomatoes and
Cheese and the pickles. No, you put what do you add to it?
oh my God, everything that you want to add. So for us, we have to make it special.
Okay.
We can put maduros in the.
Oh, okay.
We can have like whatever you can imagine it. We can make a salad and
Okay.
we put in the hamburger.
Okay.
So always is like combine
Right.
the flavors and making it special. Yes. So
Oh,
it's like
wow.
the chef combine all the flavors
Right.
and make the good hamburguesas. So we have
Wow.
a lot of festival of hamburguesas and
Wow. Okay.
or the salchipapas, because the salchipapas are the best.
What's that?
Salchipapas?
Yeah. I've never heard of it. I've heard of a lot of like, like certain like Spanish foods, but I've never heard of this one.
Because this is junk food that I love the junk food.
Okay.
I love it. Because I think it's the best. It's the best. But in junk food,
Okay. So what's the one you
we
said?
are the master. Salchipapa.
Okay. What is
So
it?
it's potatoes
Okay.
with sausages,
Potatoes with sausages and
And
potatoes together.
Yeah. So here
Fried?
is rice, right?
Okay.
With sausages, right? But we put everything that we want. So we put chicken, meat, we put chorizo. How do you say chorizo?
Yeah. Chorizo is chorizo here.
We put chorizo, we put like tocino, like bacon,
Okay.
everything together. Put cheese over there, and you made the sausage.
Okay.
It's like homemade.
Wow.
So
It's
we
not like the ones you go to the store and buy this.
Exactly.
You
So
make it from scratch. So,
They
that must be so
combine-
good.
They combine the sausage, and it's really good. And everything is going together. So you have an explosion of flavors in your mouth.
Right.
So this is the special salchipapas, because we don't eat just papas and sausages.
Right.
That's it. No.
It's like a combination of everything.
Combination of everything. So this is the junk food.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And I love, if I have a restaurant, I want to.
Those three will be your main
Exactly.
items. So interesting. So let's talk about bistec colombiano. Okay, for our listeners who aren't familiar with what that is, why don't you tell us exactly, describe what it is, what goes in it, and what makes it special?
Okay, first, when I came here and I want a bistec, I went to a restaurant and I ordered a bistec. no?
Okay.
And when they
That could be in restaurant.
Yeah. No. I went to whatever restaurant. I didn't know. I think in my mind, I was not thinking that bistec is from Colombia, so I have to go to a Colombian restaurant to
Okay.
order that. So I went a restaurant, and I know it's Latino restaurant, but I don't know that every part of the world have different,
Right.
dishes, and it could be the same dish, but you call different. So when I came here and I say, I want a bistec, they bring me just the meat.
Oh, just like a piece of. So wait, bistec means steak, or is it another meaning for the word bistec?
I think this is Spanglish. You know, you are listening about the Spanglish.
Yes, right. Steak,
Exactly.
bistec.
Exactly.
Wow.
We words from the English, but we made in our accent.
Right, right.
So if you separate the word, it's like the
Beef
explanation.
steak.
Exactly. Right?
Yes.
We say bistec, and we make the sauce.
Right.
You know, the combination of.
So what's the sauce? Okay.
Exactly. Tomato.
Okay.
Onion and all the special that you wanna put. The special, you know. Sometimes we use like tomato sauces, but the sweet one. You use always the tomato vegetables.
Okay.
Always. Okay. And you seasoning this, and you have to cook first the meat and be ready the meat, not to cook.
Okay.
Like medium term.
Okay.
And then you put all the ingredients apart.
Okay.
And you make the salsa. So the meat is like
like a stew, like it cooks in the sauce.
Exactly.
Okay, it's not a dry, like how the steak comes grilled. This is in a sauce with onions, tomatoes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So for me, this is a bistec.
Okay, it's the whole dish is called a bistec.
The whole dish.
Wow.
And I love it because my dad made the best bistec that I ate in my life. I think I am in love with that because I love the way that my dad cooked that dish.
So
And
special.
my dad teach me how to make and everything, and I try to make like he does, but it never going to be like that.
That's his special touch, you know.
Yeah. So it's for that it's really special to me because I love how my dad cooked that dish, and he always cooked for us. He loved to cook. It's the way that he show his love. So it's really special because he wanted to cook for us because in my family we are women and he's the only man, and he loves to cook.
That's so sweet, so special, Carly.
He's a disaster in the kitchen, but he cooked really well.
That's so nice. And does it take long to cook, or?
I think not too much.
Yeah. So it's not like the cut of meat that you use isn't like a long cooking. It's like a quick cooking steak.
Yeah. You have to make the steak that is soft, you know, and you seasoning the steak, you put in the pan, and you, like, how do you say, sellar? And you put the meat.
Like you sear the meat where you get it browned? That's what you mean? Okay.
La carne, and then you put the sauce that you are preparing. You put everything together, and the carne need to cook with the sauce, and then be ready. So
normally you eat this with rice, right?
Always.
Yeah.
You can eat without rice.
Right. No, even bread. You just use the rice with it.
Yeah. Always with rice, patacones or maduros.
And that's a side.
That's a side.
Okay. Exactly. Wow. That's so fun. I'm hungry. Getting so hungry talking about all this delicious food.
Right now.
All right. Let's play a little a quick game. Okay. Yes and no answers, or like whatever you feel. Arepas or empanadas?
No way. I can't decide.
I thought you didn't like both.
I love it. I love both.
Okay.
But if I can decide, oh my God. Maybe empanadas.
Yeah.
I love empanadas.
Okay. Coffee or hot chocolate with cheese?
Yeah, that's from Colombia.
So tell me a little about that. What do you mean, the hot chocolate with cheese?
Exactly. I love it. I love it because the people drink the hot chocolate, right?
Okay.
I asked for cheese and put it inside. People are like, what?
So what kind of cheese do you put?
We put like mozzarella cheese.
Into a hot chocolate?
This is the same reaction for everyone. Really?
Wait, so does the cheese melt into the hot chocolate?
Exactly. And it's like, how do you say?
So do you have a spoon? Like, you know how here we put marshmallows on top of the hot chocolate?
Exactly. That's too sweet.
It is sweet. It's good, but it is too sweet.
Exactly. And it's really good for a dessert.
Right.
But we eat the chocolate, but we drink the chocolate with the cheese, like for example, in a breakfast.
Okay.
Or a snack.
Right.
But yeah, we put cheese for everything.
So do you put, like, when you're drinking hot chocolate, right? Like, are you also like chewing into the cheese while you're drinking, or do you have to use a spoon or a fork and eat the cheese separate?
Exactly. If you want to eat your cheese, you have to use the spoon.
I gotta try it. Yeah. Sounds very interesting. So just
God.
Any mozzarella cheese?
Mozzarella cheese.
And the hot chocolate is just regular hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta try that.
I know that they put other type or cheese, but I really don't know. I always use mozzarella.
Because it's also like a neutralist cheese.
Exactly.
Right? Now, if you put cheddar, it's very strong.
Exactly.
Right?
No,
it makes sense to put mozzarella. So coffee or hot chocolate with cheese?
No, coffee, because I have to drink coffee.
I know, right? You run on coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, your go-to Spanish phrase when you're annoyed.
Okay.
If it's a curse word, maybe not. But what do you say when you're like annoyed? Like what do you always say?
No, because
It is
in Colombia, oh my God, yeah, it's a dirty word.
really.
Like, yeah.
What is it in Colombia? What is it in Colombia?
But something that I maybe say, like, oh, I can't.
No.
Oh, they are really bad expression. It's really bad. Like in English, you have the word,
Oh,
and you
okay.
don't use that word,
Okay.
because it's really strong. I don't like to be like that.
All right. So let's skip that.
I am going to write the words and you.
Okay.
you
Maybe I'll translate and see if I can understand. Favorite Colombian city besides your own?
Medellin, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I hear Medellin in so many songs, in Maluma songs.
Mhm.
And how is Medellin? Have you been?
Medellin, yeah, of course.
How far is it from where you live?
Oh, by car is like 10 hours.
That's a long drive.
If you take the flight, maybe 2 or 3
Okay.
hours.
So how is it? It's beautiful.
It's amazing. Medellin is
Really?
perfect. They are around the culture, and it's so touristic. And the
Oh, okay.
people, I think most of the kind people is from Medellin. Yeah. They are so kind. They are so servicial. They are
Right.
really like they are going to into everything. They do
Right.
everything. They are fast. They are like the culture, the Colombia culture. They represent everything. So and the landscapes
Okay.
is perfect. It's around mountain. It's around rivers. It's around
Must be gorgeous.
exactly. It's perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. And it's a city,
Right.
so they have everything.
Right.
The public transportation is really good.
Right.
And the other things, they have airports over there, so it's a big
Right.
city.
Nice. What's one Colombian song that everyone should hear? Which is like, it describes what Colombia is all about. Like, if you hear this song, your heart just is like, do you have a song like that? That's special to you.
For me, let me thinking. Because
Okay. All right.
right now I'm like in blank.
Okay. What's one English word that you find funny or weird?
Okay. No way.
The word no way?
Yeah, because for me, the Spanish is like no way. Like the Mexican call they each other way.
What do you mean they call way? What does way mean?
You see?
No, wait.
So when I listen that like the expression, no way.
Okay.
What that means?
No way means like, oh, that can't be possible.
Exactly. Like you are like no way.
Right.
So when I came here, I know the Mexicans call each other like we use parce. Hola parce.
Parce means what?
Like hey bro.
Okay,
When you say
parce.
hey bro, you
Is
say
parce.
it's parce.
Okay, parce.
But
Okay.
not everyone is saying parce.
Right.
But it's like, hey, bro, what's up?
Right.
When you say way,
In
I know
Mexican Spanish.
Mexicans
Okay.
use a lot like way. It's like, hey, brother, or hey, bro,
Okay.
hey, wait. When I listen the expression like no way, and I was like, why everyone is calling like no parce?
Oh,
No
so
parce,
right. So
no
you think everyone's just saying no,
parce.
brother, like
It's like,
nobody,
no,
like
bro.
no, bro.
And when I discovered the meaning, I was like, no way. I was thinking in other things
Right.
completely different. And I use a lot that expression, like, no way, I can't.
Right. Yeah, you get used to it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's different meaning, but it's like, it's perfect for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your dream food destination outside of Colombia? If there's any other place that you would go, like a dream to go and try that certain kind of food.
Look, I have a Japanese friend, and I never in my life try other type of food like in Colombia, like from Asian people. But when I was, we was so close. So when we are going out,
You went to Japan?
no, I wanna go over there to try the food because I discovered the food is really amazing.
Right.
Because I tried here, and she said, "No, this is not. This is nothing."
Well, she feels the difference, huh? Japanese food here is different to the one in Japan.
Yeah, of
the
course.
taste and everything.
The taste and everything.
Wow.
But I never tried it. And
Right.
never be interested in this type of food because it's really different to me, my food. So now I want to know more about it because I discovered that it's amazing.
Yeah.
And they cook in other way. They use other seasons. They use
Right.
other
Very
vegetables.
different.
It's good. I wish
Japan.
that I could. Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite restaurant here in America? And what's the name of the restaurant? What's the dish?
Difficult because I have like my Latin restaurants.
Okay.
I like, for example, if I am going to Colombia Caliente,
Okay.
they have the bistec.
Oh,
The way that
okay.
I like.
How is that?
So similar.
Really?
So
They cook it
similar.
good, very authentic
Exactly.
almost.
Exactly. But for example, if I want to eat sushi,
Okay.
so I go to the other restaurant that I like, that is Kura. Are you trying Kura?
Sakura? Where is it?
It's in Forli.
Okay. Oh, they have good sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So I have like different dishes in different
Oh,
restaurants.
okay.
So I could see that this is my favorite because I can find everything over there.
Right.
Maybe the Colombian restaurant because it's my
Right.
typical food.
Yes.
But if I want something
Outside of that, then it
outside,
will be the
yeah, I
sushi
have
from.
like different restaurant. The junk food, for
Right.
example, it's in a restaurant that we have
Right.
here. And what is the name? The name is like oh, I forget. Antojitos. Antojitos de mi tierra.
Okay.
It's a restaurant that they have junk food.
Oh, where is that?
Everything is from Colombia. It's in Bergenfield.
In Bergenfield.
It's amazing.
Wait, what's the
if you
name?
wanna
I am
try
familiar with what's in Bergenfield. Where is it? On Washington Ave?
in the Washington, but it's really small. It's really small. But the junk food over there
Yeah.
is the best junk food from Colombia.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It's like
If
very
you wanna
authentic
try,
flavor.
Yeah. If you want
But the thing is, I can't because it's not halal.
Oh no.
So that's why I don't get to try.
Yeah. No, they are not halal. No. But it's really good.
Yeah. Are there seafood
This is
options there or no? It's
No.
mainly the meats, right?
Because it's just junk food. Exactly.
Got it.
So I have these different restaurants, and in
Right.
each one, I have my favorite food over there.
Right.
So this is some of them.
Very interesting. That's nice. Carly, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank
I
you.
had such a fun time. I enjoyed chatting with you and talking about Colombian culture, music, food, and also you just are so a vibrant person. Y tú eres la mejor profesora de español del mundo.
Gracias.
Y yo disfruto cuando tú me enseñar en español. Sí, did I say it right?
Yeah, cuando me enseñas español.
Sí, sí. And yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say to our listeners?
Yeah. You are the best. This is the best podcast about food because Sai have really good taste for everything.
Oh,
and
thank
if
you.
you could try the food that Sai prepared, oh my God. Let me see that I never tried the
Sri Lankan food, yeah?
Sri Lankan food. And when she give me, and I was like, what is this delicious? Because I never, like in my mind.
It's different, right?
It's different. Yeah. And in my mind, it's not like I am going to this restaurant and try this.
Right,
because you don't know.
No,
But
right,
when
exactly.
she gives to me, I say, Sai, please. Don't forget when you prepare food.
I know. I know. You even tried the food that I make for my religious holiday for Eid.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like the coconut rice. It's something different. So.
It's different, but it's really amazing. I think because she's a perfect.
Oh, thank you. You're
like
too
a
kind.
Chef. You are a chef.
You're too kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai, for inviting
You're welcome,
me.
Carly. And thank you so much for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed this flavorful conversation that I had with Carly. Please follow her on her Instagram. I'll put it right there so you guys can follow her and see all the fun things, the places she visits. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more fun, flavorful conversations. And always remember, no cuentas las calorías, cuenta los recuerdos deliciosos. Good?
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, and always remember, don't count the calories, count the delicious memories.